Hey, hey, everybody. Let me find you. How is everybody today? Where's my iPad upside down? iPad, what? Want me? Want me, myself, and I. Oh, my dogs are wrestling over there. So let's find you, let's find you, let's find you. Bada bing, there we go. Hopefully I have, nope, I don't have my volume off. Oop, wrong way. Let's find you. Bada bing, there we go. There we go. So how is everybody? Let me fix this just a little bit. Hopefully I won't pop the camera out of there. Oh, it's crazy day. It's crazy day. You know, I got the pups. Husband is working. And I said, I say pups. It's only one pup. One pup and my dog. My dog's fine. But the puppy, yay. She can drive you crazy sometimes. So let's see if I can find you on here so I can see comments on here. Come on. There I am. Woo, got you right away. I'm getting good at this computer stuff. No, I'm not. I suck. I had my computer in yesterday for an hour at Best Buy again. So let's get this set up. All right. So I did here it is, on the burlap, how I did this. And I thought I'd show you how to do it. I didn't show you how to do the X's, but how actually I do it. So I have 3 bunnies here that we can work on today. So let me show you how I get that X or checkerboard pattern. Hey Robin, hey Barbara. So what I first did, I already have 2 coats of white on this. Now these are going to be more like country, you know, farmhouse. So I'm going to rough it up a little bit later, but that's later. So what I first do is this. I lay the tape out in one direction, and in doing that, I don't have an extra piece of tape. Why? Oh, yes I did. I was like, I knew I had an extra piece. So, oops, you guys can't see, can you? Let me adjust the camera back, because it's not close enough to me. Hold on. There's all that delay. Okay. Hopefully that'll work. So I lay the tape in one direction, and how I do that, I lay a piece of tape down. I decide where I'm going to do it, and actually this was my first piece. Then I would take a piece and I put it right up against it, and I do that, put another piece, take this one off, lay another piece, tape it, lay another piece. So I get one whole direction. I do the entire bunny that way, right? So we're going to put that one off to the side. Then when I come back and I lay it in the other direction, so I get this cross pattern, okay? So we're going to do that on this. Oh, that glue gun is hot. I just touched it. Jeez Louise. So what we're going to do, we're going to lay this in the opposite direction now. Let me move this because we're not going to quite use that yet. So then I come back and I'm going to do it the opposite way. So I'm going to decide where I want my little whatchamacallits to start. So I'm just going to start it at the very tip here, because that just makes it, you know, easier. So I'm going to lay it down. Now, there's probably stencils out there that you can buy that are like this. So, you know, it's really up to you what you want to do. This is just my way of doing it. I don't know, call it old school. So I laid that piece down. I'm going to pull this one up. So that's going to be where my black X goes, or whatever color square. We're going to do different colors today. Okay. So we're going to do one black and white. We're going to do one a different color, just to make it fun. So I'm going to lay this across because I want my things to continue all the way across. And this is just my little spacer piece of tape. You want to get it right up against the other one. You don't want to see like there. See, I see the white in there. So I'm going to go relay this because I don't want that, because otherwise it's not going to come out even. You're going to have funky little squares in there. Hello, Miss Janet. Good morning. Hello, Janice. Oops, let's see, I screwed up that piece of tape because I turned away. Trying to read the comments. My comments are not showing up on my iPad. See, that's why you have it in 2 places. So again, pushing it down. I'm going to peel this other piece up. That's just my spacer. Go down here. And I keep doing this. You guys are saying, oh my God, she's wasting so much tape. You know what? Tape is not that expensive, y'all. So it's all good. And the puppy is right between my legs. Let me show her to you before we get... This is the little puppy that fit in my hands. Who is now 20, almost 20 pounds. She's 18 pounds now. You get a bird's eye view of this baby. Say hi to everybody. Say hi. So this is the puppy. You guys haven't seen her in a while. So, yeah, she's getting kind of big. But I still love her. And she's getting into everything. Okay, can I move? Let me just pull my cord out a little bit so they don't trip on it. Or me, for that matter. Go find something to play with. So that was the puppy. And those of you that know, I'm doing fine, Janice. Oh, Janet, just if you want to, I literally just finished signing up for Kalee's group. So those of you that want to Kalee, she is, if you just go on your website and you type in Kalee's design, okay, and it should pop up saying, hey, if you want to enroll in the class. So it is on there. So try that when you get a chance. Yes, she is getting big. Hey, Susan, how are you? Yes, big, big, big is the word. We don't know how big she's going to get. You know, one minute you look at her paws and she looks like she's going to be, you know, maybe a little bit bigger than that, you know, than what she is. And then you think, well, she's only 3 months. She's 3.5 now. Now, see, this one here, I'll have to extend, and it's just a hair on that corner. But that's how picky I am. It's got to be right, y'all. It's got to be right. And so this one, too, I have to extend that one just a hair because that's going to screw it up. All right. So you got to make sure because you don't want your squares saying, oh, well, that's just a little bit. Well, you know, it does mess up your pattern. Hey, Jacqueline, how are you? Hello, Tom. Hey, Tom, congratulations on hitting your 500. Hey, Cindy. Hey, Bonnie. I'm fitting. Tom hit 500 people on his page. Yay, Tom. Today, I am going to do a, as everybody's calling it now, happy mail. Why? Because I haven't done any in so long. And I was like, you know, we need to do something. Piece of paper stuck to this. So it's going to be random who I pick or what I pick. So if you're new to the page, go ahead and click anywhere on the page and those 3 little white dots will pop up at the corner. And make sure you hit the notifications used in your house. So I'm just going to rub down just to make sure all my tapes is down. All my tapes. That was good English. This one's off a little bit there. Because that would mess that up. There we go. And we're just going to make sure everything is down good. Okay. Voila. Voila. Hey, anyway, I guess I should say, welcome to the Nut House, everybody. Yeah, this is the Nut House, because we do crazy stuff here. That's just me. This is my granddaughter's little paint tray. So I have all my water. I have, you can use, these are paint markers. We'll get into talking about that later. But right now we're going to paint. So I'm going to do this one. It doesn't quite fit, which is fine. I'm going to do this white and purple on this one. Just why? Because I feel like it. So I have my paint here. I do have a little paint tray that I use too. And I have a sponge brush. that you can use. You can use whatever you want to paint. Yes, please bless my page, y'all. Bless it, bless it, bless it. Ends on over. You can use a paintbrush like this. Oops. I have the glue gun off because, you know, we got to put a little something on it. I'm just making sure my brush is dry because I used the same spun brush to paint everything earlier. Now I did 2 coats of the white paint already on here because I wanted that to dry enough so that when we get into doing this. So now all I'm going to do, I'm going to start on the paint and I'm just going to paint over the white. And we'll probably put 2 coats of paint on this, needless to say. Now this is when I start forgetting I'm on a live. And I get into my painting. A little fuzzy. Now I've already went on this and I've sanded the edges to make sure the edges were okay and stuff like that before I started painting. So that's just me. You can do it afterwards, however you want, but I like to make sure everything's ready and prepped. Now you're going to see it's streaky because we got to just get this going, get the paint in there. And I'm going both ways on this. Almost even 4 ways, just to make sure I'm getting on the edges where the paint, you know, in there. And you can do any design you want. It's, you know, up to you. Now when I come, like, because I have the edges here, I don't want to bring my brush this way because what happens where your brush touches, it hits on the bottom, you get all goopy there. These are from Michaels. Michaels had some good, he's under my feet. So I got this, where did I put it? I have an egg I'm going to do with you guys, but can't do everything at one time. I have a heart and some other signs I'm going to do. I wanted to do some signs, just something different. I always do the wreaths, but that's why I call myself known as Nutty Crafts, because I like to do it where I can do other things with you, not just wreaths all the time. So this way it gives you guys more variety. Hey Kathy, how are you? Thank you, Janice, for floating my boat. Hey Pam, hey Susan, hey Tina, how are you? My iPad isn't showing in because I like to look here and keep turning backwards. So this goes pretty quick because it actually dries pretty quick, the paint. And this is just getting the first coat on it. So the reason why I wanted to do, I'll do 2 is because while this one starts to dry. Oops, whoops. We can do the other one. See how that little corner, that's going to make the big difference to me where that little, you know, the X is, or the square is. I don't want it to be too big, or because it's just going to look funky. All right, so we got the first coat on this. So what I do is I just take some saran wrap, and if I'm using a lot of paint, that's why I'll do it in this. These are just like, this is, what is this? Those little fruit cups you get when, you know, kids, you know, have little cups of fruit, you know, what do we call them? Like cocktail fruit things. Cocktail fruit things. The paint that I'm using is just acrylic paint. That purple one was by Krafts Smart. Oh, that's a metal paint. I'm not doing the blue. This is by Delta I have. There's, what is this one? Yeah, it's Delta. There's Americana. It's just acrylic paint. That's all that it is. All it is. So now I'm going to do this one black. And let me get one of those cups because I only need those little things for something else. So, you know, back in the day, you get the, I call them Dixie cups. You know, it was with the ice cream and that little cardboard lid on it. You can, that's what this is. So you could do that. You can use egg cartons, whatever you want. me get some of that ickiness out. Oop, we got a glob. There we go. The glob came out and it squirted out. So let me get that glob out of there, because I don't want globby paint. Okay. So we're going to do the same thing on this one. Now this color isn't a true black. Is it a black? It's what they call black green. Ooh. So it's not so hard of a black. That makes sense. So it has a little bit of green color in it. But use whatever you want. It's still going to come out black, because the black kind of overpowers everything. The black covers a lot easier because it's not a pastel color. There we go. And see? And again, you can use whatever colors you want to do. Make it fun. And we're going to do something different on the pink one, just to have some fun. So you can see some different ways to do things. Hi Irene, hi Elizabeth, hi Kathy. So bless the page, you all. Bring your friends on over. Red Rover, send all your friends over. We like to have friends. It's just fun. I'm trying to reach 5,000. I'm up to, was it 3,600? I think it is. So please, if you wouldn't mind, we're going to do some happy mail. I'm just going to randomly look up and pick a name out of here. And then, and hopefully like the little gift I give you, just a little something, because I haven't done that in a while. And I wanted to, you know, just say, hey, guys. Okay, so we'll let that sit. Hey, Johnny. Hey, Janet. Hey, Cheryl. Hey, Johnny. Johnny, where are you from? Hi, Julie. Yes, bless the page. Bless the page. Bless the page. All right, so see, black. I don't want to put it on top of my pink one. So let's move that out of the way. We can go back to our purple one because this is pretty much dry now. So I'm going to use the same. I could use a different brush if I want to. Hey, Paula. Hey, Jeannie. How are you? Hello, Catherine. Yeah, you guys. If you're new, go ahead and press anywhere on the page. And I'm going to see if I can get my comments to come up on here, because it's driving me nuts. I hate turning to the left and looking. I like to look at this one because it's just easier since I'm facing this way. See if I find you again. So when I randomly look up, we're going to pick somebody for a freebie. Not a freebie. We're going to say happy mail. Just tried lorking today, Julie. What is lorking? Good morning, good morning, good morning. What is lorking? Lorking? Hey, Annette, how are you? Yes, this is just regular painting tape that you would get, you know, if you're going to paint in your house and you need to tape something off. That's all that this is. All that it is. And then I'll just put this on top of here, keep it from drying out. And we're going to do our second coat. And see how much nicer the second coat comes on? We can do as many coats as we want. But I am going to rough up the edges a little bit on this, so it is going to be a little bit more rustic bunny. Now you can do this where you paint the bunny like a brown, if you wanted to. You know, because we have brown cottontails. My comments still aren't coming up. Trying to stay warm here in West Texas. Girl, I'm going to be down there this summer. Thank you, Deborah, for sprinkling the love, you guys. I'll be down there. It'll be my first trip going to Wreath Makers Live, as far as not first trip, but first trip to Texas. So I'm going to soak it up, and I can say I've been to Texas now. Because I have my wish list, my bucket list is to hit every state at least once. And I'm more than halfway there. It's just a little game I'm playing with myself, that's all. You know, everybody has those bucket lists of things to do. I want to dive with the wolves, dive with the sharks. In a cage, though, in a cage. Good morning, Carolynne. Hope all is well with every day today. Trying to stay warm in northern New York. Where in New York? I'm from Long Island originally. Hey, Robin. Hey, Sandra. All right. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to try this. Just something different. No, I'm going to do this. I am going to just randomly pick a name. Randomly pick a name. And it's going to be the next name I see pop up on my thing here. Of somebody actually on the page. Elizabeth from Plattsburgh. Elizabeth Tyson. Tyson? Whoops. You went by too fast. Hey, Carol, how you do? Look at everybody. Everybody's popping up. Mimi, I'm from Queens. Wow. Elizabeth Tyson, you're from Northwest Plattsburgh. Whoa, girl, you're all the way up there. So, Elizabeth, PM me, personal message me. I'll try to personal message you too after the live, and I'm going to send you a little happy mail. Okay, I've got a couple of things I could give away. Happy mail today. We'll see. Whoops, now I'm going to lose all my comments because I scrolled all the way up. So Sandra, Carol, Julie, Cindy, Gail, Mimi, Elizabeth, Janice, Beverly, Janice. I'm from Massapequa, Catherine. You're from Iceland? Oh my God, how funny. My father's parents used to live in West Islip, Ohio. Oh good gosh, you probably got a lot of snow up there. We have been fortunate from Ohio. Hi, Donna. Just came in. What are we painting? We are painting bunnies. I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, snow. They actually called for it. I laughed. They were saying 4% chance of snow today. I was like, 4%, really? We've literally had like no snow this year. And you know, at one point you say, hey, I don't miss it, so I don't have to go out and shovel it and all that other stuff. But I do miss having snow. I like to go sleigh riding and stuff. And, you know, especially with my granddaughters, you know, if they're here. Look at that. Purple and blue. Ooh, that would have been cool colors. There's a glob in this at the bottom here. So let me get rid of that too. All right. Purple's done. Might do a third coat because I see I might do that. I was born in Queens and grew up in New Hyde Park on Long Island. Oh my God. How cool, funny is that? I was born in Queens. Oh, I read that one. I live 1 hour north of Plattsburgh, 7 miles from Canadian border. How north? Yes, I know. You're all the way up there, upstate. Oh, girl. Lucky you're in Florida, Mimi. My dad lives in Florida. Indiana snow. Indiana no snow. We haven't had. I know. It's crazy with the weather this year. Lots of places I've lived here a little over 22, almost 23 years. And we've always had snow. I mean, was it 10 years ago or whatever it was? We had 30 inches of snow. So it's crazy. It's crazy. We had a light, oh, I'm going to hit that hot glue gun again. A light dusting this year, and that was it. Oh, see, I hit it. Okay. We're going to move the glue gun over here for now. That's a little hot, that glue gun. All right, so we got one happy mail. Everyone here is vacationing in Florida. Oh, I'm sure. All those snowbirds. All those snowbirds. Let me get rid of it. Found still another little glob. So we're in Florida. My dad lives in where they call Port St. Lucie, which is on the East Coast. It's about 45 minutes north of West Palm Beach, give or take. It's a little string of something. Need some more. Oh no, I got some. And they moved. My parents moved from New York down there back in the 70s, like late 70s. And it was always the place that they wanted to be, was down there. At least my dad. My mom is Irish, and she, you know, has red hair, so it wasn't the best of places for her. You're in Daytona. I know. Isn't it crazy? 18 degrees here today. Oh, Wisconsin. Yeah. We used to live in Illinois. Hey, Holly. We used to live in Illinois, so, and I never heard of Nebraska, 57 degrees. What they call the Windy City. I thought, what? What do you mean the Windy City? Oh my God, shingles would fly off that roof of our house. You wake up the next day and here's a, you know, shingle on the floor outside, and you're like, what the heck? And so it was crazy, but we loved it. And I thought, up there, I bought my husband a snowblower, and we knew we were only going to be there because, you know, he was military at the time for 2 years. So I bought a snowblower, and I was like, oh, and then I kind of returned it because I said, oh, forget it. For 2 years, we'll just shovel the driveway. So that's what we did. But here we got a snowblower because, again, we're only supposed to be here 2 years. Oh, from Alabama. We had the rain almost over the 6 weeks. I'm in Alabama River. So much water. Oh my God. Northwest of Florida, about 30 minutes. Oh, okay. My sister-in-law lives over by Tampa, Jacksonville. I have friends in Jacksonville. Listen, you live in the military, you have friends all over. Mary, how are you, my friend? I have not seen you in so long. Hey, Mary Ann. Hey, Peggy. I have not seen you in so long. I'm sure you've been busy. Oops. So here we go. Get this baby. We only got like 3 more to paint. And like I said, this, because it's the dark color, this is really easy on painting, this one. Now the back, I usually paint the backs black. It just depends what I'm doing, technically. Oh, that's where the tape ends. I'm just going back to make sure I got any tape sticks to everything. There's a little globby piece there. And sometimes it's just the wood. So I'm using the light to reflect things to see if there's something I want to fix. I can do it now. If I realize I made a mistake, I can use water to fix it. Just a little cloth and fix it up. All right. So we'll let him dry a little bit, and then I'll show you how that's going to come out. I'm going to do more Happy Mail soon, too. I'm in Reno, where we had a super dry winter. Oh, Lake Tahoe. Friends of mine are going to move out there to Lake Tahoe in a couple of years. Y'all are Navy. We are retired Navy here. No, we are retired Army. My husband did 23 years in the service. The bunnies are from Michael's, and he retired and still does things for the military and the government. You know how that goes. Hey, Diana, how are you? Where you chose the brush with the sponge over the butt? No, there isn't. The reason why is because I had a sponge brush and I had that brush, and I said, what the heck? I'm going to show you guys 2 different brushes that you can use, you know, on it. It doesn't matter which one you use. That's just the way, just to give you 2 different techniques is all that it is. Hello, Miss Janet Jim. Hey, Ursula. Hey, Shelby. How are y'all doing today? Hello, Miss Teresa. Teresa McDaniel, you going to Wreath Makers Live this year? Hello, Joanne. All right. Ooh. If it's your first time watching, make sure you hit on the page. Anywhere on the page, and 3 little white dots will pop up at the top. And make sure you hit so you can get notifications. Oh, that's purple. It looks black earlier. This one's purple. There is another one. This one's the black. We're doing two different ones. Hello, Robin. Oops, purple. Oh, looks like I need another purple. Ugh. I hate it when it gets gooey around the... Ugh. It's all sticking to my fingers. We'll make it work. And this is only going over just a few places. And again, this is just because I'm gonna put, you know, make this like country-like. So I'm not too worried about seeing any of the white underneath as much as anything. Because it's going to be a little country guy. And so is the black one. We're going to just stress it a little bit. All right. Might just have enough. Gotta use every little bit of paint, you know. Can't believe my puppies are like, my dogs are so quiet. All right, voila. Purple is done. So we'll start with the black. And like I said, this dries pretty quickly. So see, my back looks like that right now. I can paint it, and I can paint down the sides. I'll look at the sides and stuff later. If I've gotten paint on it, then I probably will paint the whole black back. All right, this is the easy part. This is the reveal. I hope you all are ready. Let's start at the top because I painted here first. Dun, dun, dun. Oops. Tape is from behind. Make sure you get all your tape off. And look how cool that starts coming out, y'all. Look at, I missed the one right here. And I missed one right there. So we're going to fix that. And see how I missed it here? So it's all fixable. But it's also a funky little design. Look at our bunny! I think it looks cute. I like them. Actually, I like them where it is. Now, if you see a little bit of edges, you can go back. You can take a different paintbrush. Your choice of what you want to use as far as paintbrushes go. Just get it a little wet. And any little lines, you can just go back and you can just smooth it out. I probably should use my other paintbrush. But I think it's so cool. I don't care that it's bled over or anything because this is going to be my rusty guy. So, this is a sand block. I've got paint all over me. Okay? And all we do with the sand block to distress it is you're just going to take this and I'm going to start, let me do it over the tray so that I can dump the sawdust. Alright, I'm going to start on my edges. And I'm bringing my sand blocks a little over the top. Hello, Miss Katie. I just saw you. All right. So I'm roughing up the edges. These come in different, do I see your comments? I probably didn't when I was pulling off the pot. Let me go back, Jacqueline. Jacqueline Foster. Jacqueline, ask your comment again because I must have missed it. I must have turned around. How many coats of paint? Ah, I gotcha. I put 2 coats of the white paint on. Depending on the color for the X's will depend on how many coats you may need on that. So depending how the paint covers. I think we did 3, almost 3 with the purple. This black, I did about 2. So I'm just going to distress the edges first. That's where I'm first going to start. Okay. Hello, Cecilia. Bunnies came from Walmart. Excuse me, from Michael's. Oops. That's one place that should have been painted black. Well, maybe not. We'll just fix that right up. So if you see a place that shouldn't have been painted, you can take a little white, just wet your paper towel, go back, and I'm going to take this on top of it, and take it right off. And that, oh, it was wet. That's okay. Oh, I kind of like that though. What do I do with my piece of paper towel? That's okay. I can go over that with white paint. No big deal. No big deal. It was wet. So we'll fix that in a minute. Let it dry a little bit. So I'm just going to go over the edges. I kind of like that. That gives them some depth to it though. Yes. I think it's like a medium, this sandblock on this one. Katie, I have 2. I've done the bunny rabbit. I've done carrots. I have some eggs and hearts I'm going to do. Just doing something different, you know? How much are they? Good question, because I took off all the price tags. Janet, I'd have to say go look it up if you can look at Michael's, because I don't remember, to be honest. What can I do? Now, you can paint it. You can also take, like, you can decoupage it. Like, take a napkin. Now, napkins come in 2 pieces, kind of like, and split them apart. You can decoupage it if you want to. You can take a doily, like, get those, you know, paper doilies. Or even, it might even work with a fabric one. And you can lay it on top and do a doily technique and spray paint it if you want to do that. Yeah, this is just a fun thing to do. You know, just something different. I've always painted, and I did some signs back in the fall. And I kind of miss some of the painting, you know, doing it. So I thought, you know, they came out with some, you know, cute little designs. So I said, why not? Why not? Now I'll probably go back. I'm just going to go around once with y'all. And I don't know if you can see it as well. So, get some of that little sawdust out of here. I'm going to set my hair on fire because I've turned the glue gun facing this way. That wasn't smart. Really got to get it out of my way. All right. When you're done, you can use a paper towel. You can take, I know I had one here, just a dry brush and do this. I kind of like that though. If I do the whole thing like that, I can do that. No, we'll keep him the way he should be. So hold on, let me get my white paint. I do like that. You know what, let's change this up, you guys. we're going to do a technique. And where's my brush? So first, let me just take a junky brush. And I'm going to take the black out of here because it'll be easier for me to do it in this little cup here. We're going to make this guy. So I'm just dipping some water in there. This is an angle brush. Okay, you can see it looks angles. Hey Robin, hey Christy, hey Cindy. Okay, you see how it angles? So what I'm doing, I put a little bit of water in here. I'm going to take one part of this brush and I'm going to get another paper towel. And we're going to do this around the side. So half of this is going to be black, for the black green. The other part is just going to have the water on it. So what I'm going to do, maybe not, because I need my elbow space. The part with the black is going to be more at the edge. Okay? So it's going to give it like a water effect. You see how that is? The water, what the water does, it helps thin out the paint. Okay? Then I'm just going to dip a little piece of paper towel in here. I don't want it to look like I just painted on here. You know, leaving a watermark. And look at that. I like that. See how it gives him depth? Here he looks one-dimensional. Here it gives a little bit of a three-dimensional look. So we'll do the same thing again. A little bit of water. Just continue off, going down and around. I think I'm going to do this whole thing like this. Now see, if it's too dark, we can go back with water and we can thin it out. We'll just take it and spread it along. Just like that. Now, you can use a paper towel like this if you want to do it, or you can take your brush. Your brush has the water on it. Whoops. My paper towel has too much black on it there. There we go. And you can bring your paper towel back in there. I really like that. Just gives them some depth. I'm doing it even though it's the black, it makes it easy to start on the black. Look at that. A mistake turned out into something I really liked. You know how that goes. You go with the flow. See, instead of using the paper towel, I can use my brush. And all the water is doing is just thinning out that black. I know I'm missing comments. Hi from Texas, Julie. How are you? Katie sent me. Oh, my Katie, my biz buddy. I love Katie. I met Katie Well, of course, I met her at Wreath Makers Live. But prior to that, I met her online. And I think if I recall, I was the first one that ever sent her fan mail. And I still remember what I sent her. I sent her a skeleton head or something, I think is what it was. So let me put some more water in there. So one side of my bucket here, I don't know if you guys can see, this is dirty water where the brushes are. This is the clean water, so to speak. So I've just taken a little bit of this water here, and that's what I'm putting in here. All right. So let's get a little paint, a little bit of water. Start on the black to get most of the black off. Need a little bit more, come back with a little bit more. Go around. Thin it out. Paper towel makes it just go quicker. Look at, I like how that's coming. I really do. And it's just like a shadowing is what it does. Cool. Cool. Oh yeah, you can use like the baby wipes. You can use those too. Yes, ma'am. There are tons of things you can use. I used to have a lot of baby wipe with my granddaughter being here, but now she's past that. So I'll start this one here. And you know that, like I said, this black has that tint of the green in there, and it actually looks pretty cool. Definitely needs more black. So it's not a true black, it's a black green. Oh, I like that, guys. I really do. See, it gives them just depth. Take just water. Now what you can do, if you wanted to, you can come back over this whole thing. If I wanted to make this not so white too, and I can just lightly take it with just the black with more water, and just to give it that type of coloring on it. Does that make sense? So like for instance, it's too dark. Hold on, let me get some, drip some paint in there, or water in there I should say. So watch, this is all, this is just watered down paint. And look at the difference. So it's not a stark white. Does that make sense to y'all? See how white? And this is just watered down. Same black paint, just watered down. Probably should use a bigger brush, but since I was using this one. I don't like to have brush strokes in this, so. Look at how cool. Makes him look older. This is an old but Easter bunny. An old guy. And you just go back and, you know, just do that. So see, he went from white to now he has a little bit of a color, a different color. Now I do want to do a little bit more around the edge here. Oops. Now of course I got to get plain paint, plain water. That's what I did. All right, so we'll take a little bit of paint on the edge, a little bit water on the other side, and I'm just going to go just a little bit here on the edge because I want it a little bit more defined on this edge. There we go. Look how cool that is. Isn't that cool? And you can always go back and you can always just, if you don't see something you like, go back and fix it. Voila. So he's an aged bunny. Now I'll go back again and I'm going to sand them all down. I really have to let this dry a lot before I do that. Can you zoom in a little bit on the bunny? Let's see. I can't zoom in. My camera doesn't do that. So we'll take off the purple. I'm trying to look to see where I am in the camera. So he looks like he's aged. Instead of being the white, see, he looks like he's aged. He has a little depth. I'm trying to think, which way do I got to go? Move him this way. There we go. And his butt's got to go this way. I'm trying to look at the camera. Let's see. There we go. So see, it just gives a little edging around it, a little shadowing, and it tones down the white. That's all that I did. Okay? That's all that it is. And you can always go back. If you don't like something, go back and just take some water to it. If it's too dark. But I like it in some places to be a little dark and some places a little light. It's character. It's character. All right. So the idea is not to do that on this one. All right. So let's make sure we got all our X's in the right spot. So we're going to do the same thing with this. I hope. Oh, okay. I got purple paint. I don't want to have black paint on me. Hold on. Look. This is where I need baby wipes. Because I got black paint on my fingers. And I don't want to touch something else. And I'm one of these people, I could probably just wipe it on my thing, but I don't want to do that. All right. So here's this one. Let's pull off the tape. Yes. Isn't he cool? Pull off the tape, whichever way it will come off. And this one I'm doing purple and white. What the heck, you know? Oops, my fingers. So this one's purple and white. Now, since I did the edging on that one, I kind of want to do the edging thing on this one. I don't know. Now I'm on a roll with that edging thing. Oh, where's my purple? Okay. So let's see how this is going to work. I kind of like that. See, you make a mistake and it kind of like, hey. That one can stay in there. Where's my paintbrush? Okay. So we're going to do the same edging thing with this one. I'm not going to sand it first since I'm changing up. I'll just sand it all at the end. So by dipping it in the water kind of bleeds into it so you don't get that harsh line, you know, in the beginning. I like this. I like it like that. I like the purple too. I was going to go with almost a lilac purple, and then I changed it up for this purple, just because I wanted to. Where's my paper towels? So, but this is an easy thing to do. Anybody can do this. And like I said, I like it that it gives it the depth. See? I design on the fly, y'all, sometimes. Because you always have, you might say, okay, I'm going to use this on my ribbons and, stuff. And then you start doing your project, and then all of a sudden it's just like, oh, this is better. And you wind up going in a different direction, which is fine, because that's what designing is all about. It's just like, hey, let's just have fun. Oh, took the wrong side. Dawn, hello, Dawn. Long time no see, my friend. My favorite color is purple. Jack, girl, so is mine. Purple is my color. It's my color. I don't know how it became my color, to be honest, but it did. So, but I do like it. Everybody picks a color. One of my daughters has blue. My other daughter has pink. My granddaughter goes with whatever is in her boat that day. Sometimes she'll tell you she likes what I like. Another time she tells you something different. So see? Easy peasy, y'all. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. All right. So here's what we're going to do. Are you going to do a yellow? I could do any color we want. I pulled out a yellow to do, actually, and I pulled out a soft blue I was going to do, but the blue was a metal paint, and I didn't realize I didn't have the blue I wanted, and the yellow I ran out of. When I pulled out my paint color, it was a soft yellow, I ran out of that color. But I can, if you want one, I can do one. Oh, Jessica, I had the puppy in the beginning of the video. I don't know where she is. Oh, she's sleeping in the big dog bed down there. I showed her in the beginning. She's 3.5 months old now. And she is, God, I don't even know what size to say she actually is, because she's not quite big as a Cocker Spaniel is. She's got legs, y'all, legs. Got these long legs, and my son-in-law did the DNA testing like on him, and it says that the father is a boxer, so that's probably where the legs came in. And she is about 18 pounds. I weigh her every Sunday, and she's at, what is it, 18.2, 18.4, something like that. I think is what she wound up being. So she's got these long legs. She's thinned out on her body. They go through all those funky stages. They look a little pudgy, roly-poly. And so she's funny with her running, because she takes her back legs and she's like a bunny rabbit. My favorite's got would have to put diamonds on the center of the. Well, I have a pink bunny. We're gonna do something different with that pink bunny. We're not doing this. The only reason why I did 2 of these is one to show you the different stages, so you can see how I taped it off. If that makes sense to y'all. So like again, you can find stencils. Now, if you're using paint with stencils, the one thing you have to watch is that you don't want the paint to bleed underneath the stencil because it will bleed underneath it. So you got to make sure if you're using a stencil that it's a stencil that is made to do paints with, or that you use stencil paints. Because I don't know if to say that, I guess the stencil paints are a little thicker, and being a little bit thicker, they won't be as runny, if that makes sense. Ooh, there's too much purple. So let's see, I get quiet again because I'm like, I get like involved in what I'm doing. Oh, we're at the end. Thought I had to go up this whole side. Ooh, yay. Now I can do the same thing. I can water this down. I think you know what? I said I wasn't going to do that, didn't I? But now I kind of want to do it. Kind of want to water it down and do like the same thing on that one because I liked it so it's not as bright. I'll just use the same paint. Now once you mix this, that's the problem. You're stuck with the color it is, so you got to make sure you make a lot. Mix a lot of it. It's too much paint. Some over here, put some more water in it to lighten it up. All right, here we go. I do like it like this. Sometimes, you know, you can do it, like I said, so bright. Hello, Vince. Hey, Carrie. How are you? But just toning it down makes just like a whole different bunny. Like I said, I should use a different paintbrush than this one. But since I started with it, I'm just going to finish with it. And the reason why I'm doing these long strokes, because I don't want it to like stop right here and you see brush strokes there. So that's why I'm just doing it all the way up to where it ends on that part of the bunny. Does that make sense? And I'll hold this one up too so you can see it once I finish it. I do like it like that. I do. Just want a little bit more edging up here. There we go. So let's see if I can get this right on the first time up here. Can you all see it? Do I got it close enough? So see, it doesn't make it so white. I mean, I don't know if that helps. Probably not. Okay, so those are the two bunnies. And we'll decorate them in a little bit. So now the pink one. Totally something different. I'm just going to dab this water out of here just because I'll probably wind up spilling it somewhere. All right. So let's do something different than X's on this one. So I chose a blue just to make it fun. Let me shake it up. see how this goes. Now, I talked about these last time. I know I have 3 of these looking around. These are like little dabbers, okay? So you can use different sizes. The bunnies came from Michael's. Okay, so different sizes. So decide, I'm going to do dabbing on this. Definitely the big one is way too big for this. The little one would be a lot of little dots, so I'm probably going to leave that one. And I think what I'm going to do is use this one. And I probably should have put the paint in a different thing. Hold on. Hold, please. Let me get the other cup so that I can put more paint in it. Because I got water and purple in the center of this big thing. So I'm going to use, I should have thought about that before I dabbed all that in there. So let me just dump this blue paint into here. Oops. I'm going to use that. Where's my blue? And we'll put a little bit more. Okay. And get my own paper towel. My own. It is mine. Sponge brush. I'm not going to wet it. I'm going to put it in here. And I just take off a little bit. And you start wherever. Now it's not going to be all the perfect dots here. We're going to have some going off to the side or wherever as well. So wherever you want to start the dot is up to you. So we'll just start here. And we're just going to press down. And there's my dot. You can push down. You can twist it a little bit if you want to. Up to you. Perfect little dot. Wherever you want the next one to be. See how easy this is? And what I like about this is that because if you're missing a space, you can go right back on with it. This one I'm going to make a little bit off of the edge. And you put them wherever you want, as many as you want. It is your choice. However close you want them to be. My whimsical bunny rabbit. Yeah, hello from Greece. These bunnies are so cute. Oh, well, wow, I don't know how to say your name, but welcome from Greece. I've never had anybody from Greece. I've had from the UK and Ireland, and I've had from Taiwan. Well, welcome, welcome. I gotta pay attention to comments since they're not popping up on my iPad. See my little bunnies. This does take a lot of paint. I actually got to notice you were on before you finished. Well, I'm glad you found me, Claudia. I try to mix up the times just to make it, you know, so people that work during the day, you know, they'll see me at night. Sometimes it's easier during the day because the husband's not here. But it also depends on the puppies. Oops, oops, oops. And see, I got a blue blob there, so a blue dot or paint. So I just blobbed it out. Getting it on my map. Let's do some off. Sometimes you can get a bunch of them out of one thing of paint. I enjoy your lives and learn so much. Oh, no problem. How big are these bunnies? They are 18 inches long. And going from the base down there, it's 8 inches wide. And they're about 1/4 of an inch thick as far as the wood goes. One part of the circle there. Make sure you got paint on the whole thing. And one more up top here. That bunny ear is done. Hi, Sherry. All right, you guys. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna do another little nail. But before I do that, I want that paintbrush. Now what I'm going to do is just take my brush and just do a little bit like that. Sometimes you get these little bubbles, and I don't want that. And I'm going to go back over this again. But although I like the bubbles because it gives it some dimension. But we're going to do a different, hopefully this will dry enough that we can do it. We'll see. Hold that thought because, y'all, I'm concentrating. Fix a little edge here or there. Okay. That Jacqueline Fletcher, that is cute. Absolutely. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so there's our bunny. Not too happy with this one. And I think it's probably because it should go to, ah, there's that blue. I need my baby wipes. I should go get them, but I can fix this. It's all fixable. I just didn't like the way the circle went. It's just a little bit off for me, so I'm going to fix it. better, better, better. Need some more water. Hold on. Hello, Reba. How are you? Oh, look what I did. Stuck my finger in the paint. Not a good idea. Especially when it's drying. Okay. So this may take a little bit to dry. Okay. So while this is drying a little bit, because I'm going to show you some techniques we can do on the circles. So while this is drying, make sure I don't get any paint on my finger here. And I can go back with pink paint over the spots that I want to fix. So we're going to go back to this guy. So let me just move this out of my way, because we're going to be done with painting and hope for right this second. I need this tray. Okay. So now I always put a finish on top of these so it's sealed. Okay. But right now, because he's not done yet, we're going to take our sand block. If you find the way the grain goes on it, I go with the grain. And all I'm going to do is just rough them up a little bit. Okay, can you see how this is? Thank you, Maria. Hey, Katie. Okay, so that's all I'm doing is just roughing it up, making it so that it doesn't look, the squares are like so black on you. And it just tones it down a little bit. Takes a little bit of that paint edge shininess off. And I use like a matte finish on this. I don't want a high gloss. I don't want them to be shiny. Now, there's, you know, other things I do and it will be shiny. But this particular project that I'm doing, I want it to be more soft. Now, you can use a rougher one. This is probably this is probably not really, this is almost like a foam, I guess. Because I don't want to take off so much of the paint, but I just want it to look like it's been aged. You can go back over, take a brush, see how the paint where I sanded comes off. If I want to do some more, if I want more paint taken off, or more rustic look, you go back, you go over it again, or farmhouse, or country, however you want to choose to say it. And that's it. So he'd be done. Okay. So what we're going to do, where is it? Is it here? Let me get it. Gosh, I thought I was so prepared, y'all. That's my white. Where are you? Mod Podge. Hold on. I bought a whole new big thing of this too. I literally bought a whole big bottle. Oh my gosh. Here it is, right here. This is a varnish, okay, that you can use. This is from AC Moore. This is just a clear. This one has a little bit of gloss to it. I couldn't find it at first, so I'm going to use this one, which is more like a little bit of a varnish. And this is literally brand new. You can spray paint it, which I do too. I'll do a clear spray paint on it. It just depends what I'm doing. It does. It gives it that vintage look. And that's what I like about it. And because sometimes, you know, that new look is like, So you want to make sure that you've brushed off. You can either use a brush and do that. Make sure you get off all your little dusty. I'll worry about the back later because I don't need to do that now. And this is just a clear coat. And that's all I'm doing with this. And it just seals the paint in there. And look how fun this is. Anybody could do this, you guys. This is not hard. You can come up with different techniques. Like we did the dots. We did this. What do you call it? The squares. Done. Let's get the purple one. Because I want to do the finishing bows on these with you guys. Because we can do the top. The back I can either, the reason why I paint the back black, now it depends, especially, you know, if I'm doing Halloween ones, because you use all those greens and blacks. So if anything, paint does get on the back of this, the black kind of covers it. So you don't have to worry about it, because that's the one thing I don't like. I don't like, you know, you get a sign and you see all the paint on the back. I try my best to stay on the front, and I did pretty good. I can wash that off. So on the sides, I'll show you another technique you can use on the sides. Let me just get this going here. Done. See how easy that is? You can use the light to shine in it to see if you missed the spot, but I think I pretty much got it all. It dries really quick too, which is what's nice. All right, off to the sides. See how my dots are still wet. Okay, but we'll do something else as that's all drying. I can't mix the varnish with those paintbrushes. Because the varnish is a different type of stuff than the paint, so to speak. All right, so while those are drying, we're gonna, because the bunny is not quite, the pink bunny is not quite dry. Let's do some bows. Where's my purple? Did I do purple second? Right? So let's just lay them out, and we got to make some decisions here. So I have a bunch of colors. I'm not going to do that now that I see it. Nope. I thought of, oh, that was the pink one. I have I was thinking the purple here. I don't know if I want to do black. I think black and white maybe for this one. The more I see it. Or I have an orange one which might look cool. You know, rabbits eat carrots. All right, so let's talk black one first. So here's the black one. You guys are going to decide, okay? Can you see them? Okay, didn't mean to go away. So we have black check. What is the word? Oh my God. This is orange and white check. Or we have an orange that has a little bit of orange, like copper in it. So you guys choose. What do you think? Black? We'll call this one the metallic, or orange and check. Because I thought of doing this one, but I don't like it with the brown. Or if you have another idea, because I have plenty of colors. Which color? Should we keep them all black and white? Or should we throw a little orange in there just for the fun? The orange. So, Leanna, you're saying this one? I said Leanna, it's Leanne, sorry. I think that might look cute because it's just a little pop. Do you have a small carrot? I do have carrots. Where are my carrots? I do. Dollar Tree carrots, by the way. He could be holding 2 carrots like that. Or he can have a carrot down to the side there. Ooh. Alright, so orange it is. So this is where the bow is. Now, I could also do raffia. Where'd my bag of raffia go? I could use raffia on him and put a little raffia with the carrots maybe hanging from it. Solid orange or black and white with plain orange. This isn't going to be a big bow. What do you guys think about the raffia? Or straw, whatever you want to call it. Raffia with cat. That's what I was just thinking. I pulled it out to do just a little raffia and have the carrot. I don't know. We'll see. 1 or 2 carrots. You should add the carrots with the orange and it will be absolutely perfect. Orange ribbon with raffia. Oh, yes, I can mix the raffia in with the orange. Let's try. There we go. That was a nice combination. I think that's enough raffia. Hold on. Let me get my things up here. So let's do that. Ew, I think that's going to look cute. Raffia. Yeah, I think so too. Just a simple bow. I'm just hand doing this. So I'm just kind of like, there's no right or wrong side to this, which I love that. And I'm just making a hand bow. Go big or go home. That is true. I think just a little bow like that. Just a simple little bow. Maybe a little bit smaller on the loop. Hold on. How much do I want hanging down? Let's try a smaller loop. Yeah. I like it like that. And let me get my orange. I have flowers over here I want to do. Eesh. Okay, so I know what kind of loop I want to do. I want to put the raffia, mix it in within it rather than just laying it on top or something. So hold on. You know what I mean? Nah, I don't like it that way. I don't like it that way. Let me get my raffia back out. I should have left it the way I had it. You know how you do that? And all I'm doing is just taking the raffia and I'm folding it just like that. Let's make the bow again for the like 15th zillionth time. Scissors. raffia. Let's just twist tie this. This is way too long of a pipe cleaner, but that's okay because we'll just cut it off. Want my raffia on top. Pinch and squeeze. Pinch and squeeze. Hey Pam, how are you? All right, so I am going to randomly pick another person for our Happy Meal. So just cut this where the loops are. See how this looks. We can always change it up, y'all. Hear my puppy making her little funky sounds. Took them out before I went to do this. And making sure they didn't have to go. Hello, hello. So let's just cut this. Let's just see if we like it with the raffia. I don't know. Something about the raffia that I don't like. I think if I just tie the carrot with the piece of the raffia, I like the bow, but I think if I tied this, if I did it differently. One little carrot or two little carrots? It needs a cottontail. If I use a cotton, if I'm making this the front of the bunny, the cottontail is the butt. You might be able to put it, like sneak it behind it, like on the back side, the cottontail, which you could do. How hard is this going to be? Let's do it this way and see if that'll work better. Make my life a little bit easier. Get in there, green stuff. Hold on, I know I might be out of frame here, so hold on. I think that would be better like that. I like that. Let's see if I make this a bow. I like it with the bow. I like it like that. And these, you can shred these up. Just peel them. Just stick your fingers in and peel it. If you want it to be more raffia. More raffia. Or stringier, I guess the word would be. It's one carrot. Or I could glue the bow on, glue the carrots on, and then glue a bow on top of it. or you could put the carrots behind. Look, we're playing around here, guys. Huh. Let me turn it towards me for a second, if you don't mind, so I can see which way I like this better. I kind of like the green being on top. Maybe it's the raffia that's throwing me off so much. I think it's just the raffia. I think if I just took it and glued it on top of the bow, you know, kind of like that, because these would be hanging down, not sticking off to the side. And just sticking the 2 carrots in like that. And I think what I'll do is just glue them in like that. I like it. I think I like it better that way. Glue the carrot. I know. Yeah, the carrot's on top. So let's get the bow in there. Hi, little one. Ugh. So let's glue the bow down. Oh, just going to take my plastic container now. Yep, there it goes. She got it. See ya. And I'm just going to angle this. Oh, that glue was hot. Whoa. Hot tamale. Hot tamale glue. And I think what I'll do is just on the top here, maybe. Just like that. Let's get 1. And 2. Glue is hot. And look at how cute. Now, this came on it like this, and I'm just going to leave it, because if I were to put like a pipe cleaner or something, I would have to attach it down here from behind, and it would look kind of funny up here. So I'm just leaving this on here. That's our bunny. That's that guy. Where's our purple one? That came out cute. Yeah, I thought about putting a white in there or something, but I like the orange in it with the carrots. I think that really stands out, you guys. Now, what about the edging? You have these are paint markers. These are both the same size. They're mediums. So see, I did get some black down the sides. Black is hard to cover, so to take in white or anything. So what you can do, make sure I got black paint coming out there. And I'm not going to do this on camera with you guys because it's going to take forever. I can take the black and I can just paint. This is black paint. It's acrylic paint. You can either do it with this, or you can take the black paint brush and go down the sides. It is up to you how you want to do it. This is just one technique, and you can do the whole side. You can do, these come in different colors. So, but that's just a different way. And see, the back is more smooth, you know, as well. I don't want to do the whole thing with you because that's going to take forever. So how are my dots doing over here? Oh, they're getting dry. All right, so let's do this guy. We're not going to use raffia on this one. Needless to say, I do like this. Now this one I can do. I can do this. I can do this. That's my pink one. Do that for the pink one. So look at these. So this one I think I'm going to do a bigger bow. I'm going to do one loop and then a second loop in the other. So, oh, these are the bunnies that go that way. Nope, not that. So let's see. Let's see. Which do we want on top? Which do we want on the bottom? We put that one on the bottom because pink and yellow, purple and yellow go. And this has all the different colors, the jelly beans. Or do we want to do it reverse? I think we'll do the yellow jelly beans on top, just to make it fun. All right. I'll pull up my bow dabber. And let me move this off to the side somewhere. Now, these have bunnies going in one direction. So when I make my bow, I'm going to have to make this by hand. When I make it by hand, if I were to go in and just twist this way, it doesn't matter so much this way. But my tails, I don't want to have half my tails bunnies up and half my tails bunnies down. So we're going to have to do what we call a false tail or a fake tail on this one. So what we're going to do, figure out how long I want my tail. These aren't long bunnies, or the thing isn't long. So we're going to do one bunny going, do one loop going across. The loop size again is up to you how big you want to make it, okay? Now I can stop there, or I can bring this one back going this way. So I'm going to bring this one back this way, okay? My loop's about the same size. Yep. And see what I'm going to do? I'm going to cut this a little bit longer than normally. And I'm going to make a false. So I have 2 loops and a tail. Then because I want my bunnies facing up, I'm going to take this and I'm going to put this here. But I want to put it from behind so you don't see it. So does that make sense to everybody? Can you see what I did? So I'm making a false tail with this one. I'm putting it behind only because I have this one. I'm doing one loop and I don't want to have all these like little things. We'll cut this back once I do it. And I'm putting it from behind and I'm not just going to do the same thing. I'm going to cut it longer than it needs to be. So I'll still have my bow. So my bunnies are facing up. It doesn't matter. These are both facing in. That doesn't matter. Okay. Yeah, I could do the white. I do have a sparkly white, but I have all this funky jelly, all these bunny rabbit things. And I thought, you know, just a little bit of purple. Now you could do these, the bunnies in teal color, whatever, it doesn't matter. Okay. So now this one, I'm just going to lay this one on top. You can make the tails a little shorter. You can make it the same length and then cut it. I'm just going to make it a little bit shorter. I'm going to make this bow loop a little bit smaller than the last one so that you can see the other color underneath. That's all I'm going to do, just like that, and pull this one down. Voila. See how easy that is? Now, whoops. Since I got the bunny and I got jelly beans on this, like I said, I don't think I'm going to do a carrot with this one. Although I do have carrots. This is all from my raffia. I thought there were 4 carrots in that thing. Oh, here it is. I could do the carrots hanging down from it. We'll see. We'll see. Let's move all this out of the way. Now, I can make a false loop on top of this. I could take the purple again, or I can bring in a different color. I can bring in any of these other colors and put it on top if I want to make that false loop. I think I'm just going to stick with the purple one just to, you know, make it easier. And all I'm going to do, oh, and my bunnies are going to be upside down. Don't want to do that, because that's going to be a pain. So let's pick, I know I had a teal. Look at y'all, if y'all saw all the ribbon I have all over the place, it's like insane. Do I do it? Well, if I'm going to put the carrot on top, I don't have to do that. But I can show you what I can do once we get it done. So let's go ahead and let's get our pipe cleaner. Choose purple. I'll show you what we'll do. And this is the only reason why is that if you don't want the pipe cleaner to show. Now the other one we kind of covered it with the carrots, so it's good. All right. So let's pull our things down here. So now if I don't want that to be seen, so I can come back with this ribbon. Now there's two ways to do this. You can split it up the center, okay? I'm not going to do that. What I like to do is I will pull out the wire, because I don't need the wire in here, okay? Throw the wire away because it's not going to do me anything. If you split it up the center, you can, or you can take your fabric or your ribbon and fold it like that. And you could put it right over the top. And then tie it from behind. Okay, that's one way. The other way that you can do, if you don't, because this is only 2 loop and it's going to be really flat because we're gluing it down, you can take your fabric or your ribbon, you can cut it in half. Doesn't matter which half you use. I like to fold that side that is the edge under. Try to crease it as best as I can. And then fold it again. Just enough. I gotta bring it closer to me, sorry you guys. And again, just going over that top piece. Okay? Doesn't matter where you're going to do it, which piece is showing. And that way, it's a little bit thinner. It's not as bulky from behind. Okay? Tie that off. And we'll cut that. So does that make sense to everybody? Now remember, we made these false tails. So now that I have this as tight as I want it to be, I'll go ahead and I'm going to cut this back. Just make sure you don't cut your loops. And this is the other piece here. We're going to cut that off. Okay. So once your bow is nice and fluffy, you won't see it. Now I'm leaving this bow on. I'm not going to pull the tails out. I'm leaving them so that they're on top of the other one. Just like that effect, okay? Most of the time, you know, if we have more tails, we pull the bows out like that, the loops rather. But this one I'm not doing that with. Oh, she's trying to get through my dining room and the thing. Come here, Sky. Come this way. Can't go that way, sweetie. Push that down. And we're going to put it right on top here. So we'll just glue. Come here. Sky. I think she went around the other way. She's silly. She doesn't know which way to go. Come here. Just hold that down there a little bit. She's on, in my dining room, I have it blocked off, so she's on the other side of the gate, and she hasn't realized that if she comes back through the kitchen, she'll come and see me. Sky! Come Munchkin. All right, so I'm just going to cut these off. And look at how cute that is. Hold on, let me go let her know she needs to come back this way. Sky. Hi, Sky. There you go, good girl. Puppies and kids, puppies and kids. So look how cute that is. She is a part lab dog and Heinz 57. We, egg and gentleman, maybe just the bow and the purple looks whimsical. Yeah, this is whimsical like this. We have been raising 3 of the puppies. They came up from Puerto Rico. Their mother was hit by a car. I'm going to leave the carrot off of this one. I just like it with the 2 bows. Oh, I could put a little flower there. I had these little things. Hey, hey, hey. I know, she's a pain. I had, you know, you could stick little flowers and stuff in here if you want to do that. I think something right here, though. I have some purple flowers. Let me see if that'll work. Go, 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 go. The dots are not done yet on the other one. Unfortunately. Okay, back. Thank you. Look at that. I think the little flower on this one. So anyway, the mother was hit by a car right in front of the rescuers, and they saw the 3 little puppies alongside of the road. So we have been raising her, and we had her 2 siblings, another brother and sister, since they literally fit in the palm of your hand. And I told my husband, I said, we have to keep one. So we kept her. My daughter adopted the boy, who's Chase. My granddaughter named them all off as Paw Patrol. So there's Sky, Chase, and Everest. Everest has been adopted out, and her new name is Remy because the owner likes guns. So I don't know much about guns, so I guess there's a Remy gun. But look at that. How cute. See? Now, these guys. I don't know if the dots are dry enough. I think they're dry enough. Okay, so I'm going to take my sand block. Where's my tray? I said I was going to do a little drawing, didn't I? Okay, so here's the rule. The first name I see pop up on my screen gets a drawing, gets a Happy Mail. Now, Elizabeth, you're already up here, so you can't win twice. Leanne, you're the one that's going to get it. Woohoo! Leanne, let me write your name down. If you can personal message me, Leanne, True Love. Okay, I will try to personal message you as well. Because sometimes my thing gets blocked. So you will get Happy Mail. So I had 2 Happy Mails. Woohoo! I love giving Happy Mails away. We're using the word Happy Mails because you can't say the word giveaway and all that other stuff. You know, that's Facebook. So we're calling it Happy Mail. So I'm going to take this and I'm just going to sand down on top of this. Same thing I've done with the others. And I don't care about that because this is going to be a rustic. And we're going to do a little bit of a different technique with this one. Because I want those circles to look like they're that. That makes sense? to use a different sandpaper on this to make it look better. So depending on your block, I think my block is kind of dying on me because I've used it so many times. I should go get another block. I have more blocks. Yes! We like doing Happy Mail. Where's this would fit in here? You guys are getting a whole paint lesson, whole design class, everything today, and all kinds of things. Oh, hello, little puppy. I need it to be more flat. Listen, you don't have to go to workout because you're doing this, you know that? So the reason why I wanted it to be more like this technique, to make it that more rustic looking, because I don't want it perfect. You know what I mean? So I'm just taking off some of the paint on it. And how it comes off and how rustic it looks, it's up to the bunny what it wants to give up. But it makes it, you know, if you want it perfect, you can do it that way too. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm just doing a different technique. Which I really should have a more coarser block. We'll get there. And these are cute for babies, not just the Easter. Think of a baby's nursery you can do these things in. We're ignoring Laura. Yes, we ignore the laundry and the house things to do. Who cares about doing laundry? This is more fun. Whew, get a workout. I'm trying to sand the edges a little bit too. Oh, good God. Tearing up this thing's probably on its last leg, this one. That's my thing coming off. See, we're getting there. All right. Let me go get the other block because that one's falling apart on me. It's going to get all over the place. Okay. Whoops. Okay, this this one's a little bit more coarser. So this is, whew, my arms are getting a workout, y'all. This one's old too. She went on the other side of the fence over there. Oh well, she's gonna have to wait. Where did my other dog go? She could go get her. All right. Woo! That is a workout. All right. Good Lord. Where's my brush? I still want some of these to be more. There we go. Still some more like rustic on it. Does that make sense? And they all don't have to be the same. I just like it so it looks like it's even more older than what it is. There she goes. She figured it out. Okay, where's my brush? I just had it. Y'all see the brush? Here it is. Okay. Oh, good Lord. That was a lot of elbow grease on that one. Whew. Okay. So this one, we did not do the technique where we painted around the sides. We're just going to leave this one more like this. Oh, good God. Although I do like this technique. You know what? I'm going to change it up, y'all. That's my... We're going to take the blue and we're going to do it. Why? Because I said so. No. And my little munchkin took my cup. So we'll have to use this cup and that cup. I don't know. I'm just in this rustic kind of mood today to do things like this. Well, this is blue water because I dumped everything out into here. Which is okay, since we're doing blue anyway. So let's mix up some paint and water. No? Mimi, no. Why? Where are you looking? I am in Virginia, and the weather is kind of nice, a little cold. I'm talking to Rock GA, and it's raining now, but supposed to be turning to... Ooh! Mimi, no? You don't want me to paint the edges? Is that what you're saying, Mimi? Should I leave it just like this? And I know I probably missed a bunch of comments. My dogs are 6 and they get confused. No, okay. I won't do it. Can't save that paint. We'll leave it like that. Let's just put a bow on this guy. So this one I had, now that I'm looking at it, that's too yellow. But I had this polka dot one, which I thought would be kind of cute with it. And I also had some what they call jelly ribbon, which I thought might be interesting to use on it. And again, I can come back with that. Oops. Or if you guys think something else, say it now. This is what I was thinking. I have more of this, like maybe sticking a little sprigs on the sides of this, almost like as if it would be the whiskers, but just coming out on the sides of that. So that, I think, yes, paint. Keep up with the antique look. Oh, Mimi says no. And you guys, and Julie says yes, do the antique look. Okay. So, now I'm at a 50-50 shot. So let's do this. On the screen, you can do thumbs up or hearts, okay? So we're going to do thumbs up if I should keep it the way it is, or hearts if I should make it antique like the others. So the most I see of whatever one, that's the one I'll do. No mean faces. Got to do hearts or thumbs. Thumbs is leave it at, that's probably Mimi doing all those thumbs. All right. Thumbs it is. Eggs or jelly beans made. Oh yeah, I forgot about my eggs. My jelly beans rather. Oh, I had this one too. But I think this is kind of sheer. And I think it will get lost in there. Thank you. Yeah, where did I put my jelly beans? Or I had this, but then there was too much polka dots. Y'all, where did my jelly beans go? Did they fall down? Not me now. See, this is too purple. Okay. We lost the jelly beans. Oh, here they are. Ooh, the jelly beans are cool. Ooh, I like the jelly beans. I'm gonna rough this up some more. I like the jelly beans with that. Do I want to do a blue ribbon? Ooh. Or a green ribbon. Let's see what this looks like. I have this green. What do you guys think of that? I also have that green in a yellow. Black and white one, please. Yes, ma'am, you may. This is the black and white one. I gotta wait to see. Which way? Gotta go to this way. And then this is the purple one. purple one. I like them both. Tilt it, not this way, tilt it this way. Jelly bean and jelly bean. Can I see the wish you had a green and blue or yellow. So those are those two. I have a yellow in what? A solid yellow? I have solid yellow and I have a solid green. I just saw this baskety stuff. To trouble, I know she is. Hold on. I even have a teal. But I didn't think of using the teal on this just because the teal might be too much with being in a baby blue. Where's my green ribbon? Oh, here it is. I could do a green like this just to make it fun. I know purple's my favorite too. What do you think of that? Or I have a blue like this. Let's see. Blue with the jelly bean. Oh, that might be cute because this is a, I don't know, like a textured ribbon. Like a kind of a crinkly, it's like, it's kind of crinkly. I don't know how to put it. That might be cute like that because that brings out that blue. And I'll put the blue on the bottom with the jelly beans on top. Voila. The red ribbon you had, I didn't have a red ribbon. I had a jelly bean ribbon. I had this pink. This is pink, if that's what you were talking about. I like the blue. The blue and the jelly bean. We're going to leave that pink foil out. Alright, and then I can add these little guys in here along the side. Kind of look like jelly beans in a way. They're berry, whatever you want to call them. Berry things. Berry things. And I can put a couple of those along the side. Alright. Doesn't matter how my jelly beans go. We're going to put the, oh, well, let's see. Maybe I have enough to do with just this one. This ribbon doesn't have a front or back. Let's move this guy out of the way. Let's see if there's enough in here to do. Same thing. I'm going to just do 2 loops on each side. Look at that. Ah, enough to do 2. You agree with Julie. Blue and what did Julie say? Blue and jelly and too dark. The pink. Yep. I agree. The pink is too big. Blue and jelly beans. Yes, I'm doing blue and jelly beans. I forgot about this blue. Listen, I got all these ribbon racks out here. So I could see things, and I still like, where is that one? Because I got another ribbon wrap, and I got it from Scott from Waterman's Loft. So now I have 2. I still have things in drawers and stuff. Oops. But of course, you can never have too much ribbon, right? I like it. That's kind of what the bow's going to look like. And then what I'll do with this one, a different technique on the bow, because it doesn't matter. This one I'm going to do that extra little loopy, the loop-de-doo. So I'm just going to take it, loop it, just like that, scrunch it together. This doesn't matter if I flip it. Oh, I'm at the end of my ribbon. Where did I get this from? I kind of like this. I have no idea where this came from now. So I don't have to worry about it flipping up or down. It's going to curl either way, so I'm good with that. So what I'm going to do is just do that. Just make my loopy-doo however how big I want it. Stick it in. This is like making one of those breast cancer ribbons. And we're gonna pick a tie to tie it up with. And let's see if I have some extra little ones in here. I do. So I save all my little scrap pieces because you never know when you just may need just a little piece of something instead of something so big. I don't know if I'm going to use blue or white. Oh, do I have pink? We do pink. Let's do pink. Because that's really all that I need. It's just a little piece of wire because this isn't being wrapped around from the whole thing from behind. You know, like you would do on a wreath. So we're going to put that in there. Squeeze it tight. I want that to go down. Before you do it too tight, pull all your tails down where you want them to be. And we'll squeeze a little bit more, make it a little bit more tighter. And then this is that loopy thing. So see, that's going to sit across the top just like that. I'm going to get my finger in the loop. There we go. And look how cute that's going to be. That's going to be cute on there. Oops. Oops. Hold that thought. For some reason, I twisted it one way and then twisted it the other way. Let's make sure we're twisting it the same way. That would have been fun. Okay. So let's twist this and cut it off. Guys, I feel like my desk is so messy. It's driving me crazy. Because I always put the same things off to the same side, but when I'm painting here, there we go. Look, I smashed that bow up pretty good, didn't I? So let's leafy-doos. I'm actually pretty good with that. So real quick, let's just go ahead, put the coat on this, because I like it the way it is. I should have done this before I was doing the bow. I forgot. But it dries really quick. And like I said, I'm using a varnish. So you can use whatever, but this dries really quick. Now you can put on as many coats as you want. And again, I use the light to make sure I got where I wanted it to be. I kind of like it the way it is. Varnish on the table. Woo. Fan it. So we won't attach the bow right away, but you get the idea. So once we get the bow on here, to make it easier for me, we're going to pull these tails down. These are ones from this loop here. I have two things. Again, we're going to leave it so that the bow is, I'm not flaring the bow out. I'm just going to leave it so it all lays on top, just like that. So while we're doing that, let's get some of these guys going, because we can put some of them in there. Because while that's drying, we're going to stick these babies underneath here. I don't know, maybe 3 might be good. So these I got at Hobby Lobby. God, I'm trying to do 2 at once there. I think 3 on each side to give it that whisker type effect. It's my puppy playing with toys again. Put that back over there. Now I gotta decide how long. The reason why I'm doing them half and half is because of the way the beads, or the beans, or berries rather, go. So I don't want it sticking out like all the way like that. So I'm probably gonna do this halfway. So just like that. Another one of my containers. And I'm just clipping them close to the thing. What did you get, Sky? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Again, I'm going to save these. Could always use them on another project, or I may want to stick an extra one in here. So these, because I'm going to put them underneath, I can glue this right in here now. So I'm actually, these are just going to kind of go straight across. So we'll just take some glue. And we'll just kind of figure out what the halfway mark is. And just kind of stick these in. I'm going to kind of angle them as I go, so that it looks like whiskers. Ooh, gotta watch that glue. Okay, so see how it kind of looks like whiskers? So when we put this on, be like little whiskers underneath the bow. And this is pretty much dry. So let's get our bow going. See, each one's different. We've got a carrot on one, we got a flower on the other, and this one has little whiskers. Let that glue get in there. All right, so let me find my bottom tails. And I'm basically cutting this as long as his bottom is, so to speak. And then I'm just cutting the next ones just a little bit shorter. And of course these top ones will be even a little bit shorter. Cutting them on an angle. You can dovetail them if you want. There's no right or wrong to this. It's just the one way I'm doing it. And then I'm just going to take this and curl these up just like this a little bit. I'm going to fix my loops again after I do this to give this more dimension to the bow. So you guys get the idea. So look, we took one rabbit and we did, well, two of them same technique and one a little bit different, right? And look how cute that comes out. So in the end, we have the purple one. Oh, why did my computer stop? Oh, Jesus. We have the computer one. The purple and white one. Can you guys see that? Am I doing this close enough so you guys can see? Right? I was trying to get my Bodabra out of the way and I was putting the thing in. So there's the purple one. We did the black one. So we did a flower on this one here in the center. This one we did 2 carrots. And then this one here we did the jelly beans with little whiskers. Ooh, and a glue string. So see how easy? And even though I've clear coated this, I could still go back and I can still, you know, do my sides if I need to. This one's pretty good on the sides, actually. So that's That's easy peasy, you guys. Let me see if I can lay them all out here since I got all this ribbon here. And if I put it on the floor like I usually do is I throw it on the floor here, the puppy's going to get into everything. So let me see if I can move it enough so that you guys can see them all laying together. I just got to look at the frame too. Let's see if we can do this. If I'm still in frame with them all. So you guys can see them all. Will that work? Yeah, that's pretty good. Not bad. There we go. 3 little projects, and look how cute they are. You can give them just like this as gifts to hang. If you want to use it on a wreath, you can cut this off from behind, because this is just stapled on from behind the raffia. So you can take that off if you want to do it and put it on a wreath or something else. But I'm going to leave it on and leave it up to the person, whoever purchases these. These will be available in my shop. So you can purchase them if you would like. And I would love to see them go to a nice home. All right. So guys, thank you for coming to NonnasNuttykrafts today. If it's your first time, you can buy them all, Julie. They'll be yours. And I can make more. If it's your first time watching, hi, sweetie. You can go ahead and click anywhere on the page. Those 3 little white dots will come up at the top. And you can go ahead and hit notifications on that. And so that way you can get notified when I go live again. All right. So thank you guys for coming. I really appreciate it. And my 2 people, which will be Miss Leanne Truelove and Elizabeth Tyson, I will email you guys or message you to get your addresses so I can send you some happy mail. All right. So you guys have a nice day. Bye. Oh, I'm going to move out of my way, puppy.